Welcome back to Purple Beans FF. Disclaimer. Don't flatter yourself, woman. I don't just dislike you, I despise you. I hate you, John Wayne. I hate you to my in hatred and disgust, and Wayne's heart fell in the pit of her stomach till she was not able to hold herself anymore. A pretty sob left her mouth and something broke inside her too. She was just thinking from days that he don't like her, but he make it crystal clear now, right in front of her face that he hates her. He left room and one fell down on floor as some silent tears rolled down from her eyes before she controlled them. Why God, why? What have I done that he despises me? Sobs. Why he hates me this much? God hiccups. She was crying, crouching down on floor, hiding her face in her knees. The time she got up from floor, it was already morning as she freshed up and went downstairs. As soon as her feet touched Laster, a cheerful Ava ran towards her with open arms and big smile on her beautiful lips. I missed you, Mama. Where you left last night? She squealed, wrapping her tiny arms around her legs. A small smile crossed her lips, but it faded away as soon as she remembered what happened last. Ava was still staring her with those big doe eyes when silently Jungkook in her brain as she smiled lightly and picked her in her arms, peppering butterfly all over her face. Mama, I'm ticklish, she giggles and Wen stops before nudging her nose with hers for last time. Do you eat anything? She shakes her head as no. You want Mama to make something for you? Her eyes immediately lighten up as she nods immediately in happiness. Wine chuckles, forgetting her own. Wine cooked Ava's favorite waffles for her and then make them feed her too, with chocolate. Both of them were giggling and enjoying her food, while Ava's whole face was almost covered with chocolate. Wine chuckles to see her happy, but the moment didn't stay for a long time when Devil named her husband entered in kitchen. Dad, look, Mom, make these tasty waffles for me. She giggles cutely and he smiles to see her. Well, when stood in her posture, she was expecting him that he will not show his real side in front of her daughter. And she was right, he didn't. Go and get ready for school, Cupcake. When heart drummed in her ribcage as she immediately snapped her face towards him. This was the same nickname with whom he called her once. Their eyes met for a split second before he averted his gaze towards Alpha again. Both of you are coming to drop me, right? She looks back and forth between her both parents when she had a look with him for a last time before turning her face to other side. Where you wanted to drop you? His voice came out harsher than he intended, flinching little Ava as well as she lightly hid herself behind Van. Jagung was staring Ava's all actions with stern eyes, and then he glared Van, who just gulps, not knowing how to handle the situation now. Ava, my little princess, what Dad meant to say is, you normally go to school with him, right? So why suddenly you want Mama to drop you as well? She asked in politest tone. Because all kids came with their both parents, and when finally I have mom now, I also want to go with both of you. She looks down after completing her words, and when heart well up with some unknown emotions, as if she can feel her pain. So she looked towards Jungkook for a response, and he sighs heavily. Okay, fine, now go and get ready. Ava's mood lit up as she squealed in happiness and hugged Jungkook, which returned, and then she left from there. As soon as Ava left from there, Jungkook faced towards Wayan. Stop brainwashing her by using your tax woman, he almost yelled in wide mood immediately drops, but she need to confront what is his problem exactly. I know you don't like me, but I thought at least you have a soft spot for your daughter. But maybe I was wrong to glitch. And by the way, who the you think you are? I don't know why you have been acting like this from the time we got married, and I am not even able to pinpoint why you have to marry me in first place. If you neither want me in your life, not in ours, so what do you want exactly? She wrapped her arms around her, facing him clearly, without showing even a single hint of emotion or fear. He stared at her for a while and then chuckled lightly. You're good in pretending, Ryan, but I'm not. So I'm not planning to pretend as if everything is alright between us and will end well. But it is not like this and it will never happen. So stop using your brains until it's necessary. As he left, hanging her there like always. Please don't cry, Ryan. Ryan was repeating the same mantra in her brain. But at the end, she won't able to hold back, and tears of pain started dripping from her eyes. Time skipped. 2 weeks passed to that instant. Gwen was now dropping over to her school more oftenly, but nothing changed in their relationship. He was ready to tell her the reason of disclosure, nor he ever explains her the reason of his hatred and distance. He was constantly hurting her, knowingly or unknowingly, but it was affecting her more than she expects. But she always puts a fake smile in her beautiful face for Ava and never fails to not fulfill her wife responsibilities as well. It was weekend and three of them were on beach. Jungkook looked towards Ava, who was giggling and happily playing, and it hits him that he never saw his little girl this happy ever before. Wen pinched her nose and she giggles. He felt jealous of Anne because he never able to make his daughter this happy, but his fatherly side was happy as well to see his lifeline being this happy and enjoying her time. An hour passed. Wayne was standing in front of each, staring Awa. It's not been a month yet, but Wayne have started feeling many changes in Awa's behavior. Even though he married her only for his daughter, or maybe not even for her, she sighs and moves her gaze towards water as cool air blows her hair in waves, making her lightly feel cold and shivers. It was not winter, but wind was too cold as she wrapped her arms around herself in manner to feel a little warm. Stupid woman, don't even know how to keep something warm for herself. Jungkook, who was staring her, sitting from afar and from a few minutes now, mumbles to himself. He observed her actions for a few minutes, and a sudden urge told him to give her his jacket. Getting up, but stopped to see someone approaching her as his eyes darkened and he grit his teeth. It was warm earlier when I left from home, but the wind is so chilly here and I don't have anything warm with myself. I stared over and passed a fake smile to her who was showing her sand castle to me, but before I gave up on my fate, I found someone wrapping a jacket around me. Cold shivers ran down my spine. Who could possibly give me his jacket to me? And the first thought made me struck to think, is it Jungkook, my husband? I immediately moved towards the source of jacket in urgency to see the person, but my heart drops to see someone else standing on a near distance. Why I wouldn't think it was him. I'm sorry, I can't take it. One tried to remove it, but he stops her by placing his hand on hers, and that single act burned someone standing on a near distance. Jungkook clenches while gritting his teeth. I saw earlier you were shivering. Please keep it. He smiles slightly, which one returns. But still, I can't take it. We don't even know each other. Wynn tried to reason while removing jacket now, but he held her hand and forced her to not remove it. Just take me as your elder brother then. Wynn gushed in awe on his polite manner. Okay, then, if that's a great, but tell me, are you planning to stay here for a while now? I will return it to you when we were about to leave. He smiles, hearing her words. We're sitting there. He pointed, and Wayne follows the direction before nodding. By the way, is that man your husband? He's staring as if he's ready to. He chuckles, trying to take his words humorously, but something hit in Wen's mind, and she forced herself to look towards him in hope to find the man's words true. But she gulps when she saw an angry Jungkook glaring her like a mad beast. Everything about this man was so, from those attractive tattoos to the way he carries himself and he moves as if he is king and he owns everything. One mentally herself to come out of her daydreaming. The man left and Jungkook took some dangerous step towards Wan, making her shudder on her place. She knew him better than anyone, and she knew as well he's going to take the earlier action in a wrong way. Who was that man? Angrily gripping Wan's arm. Tears started gathering around the corner of her eyes, and I do not know, she stutters in fear, and his hold on her arm as he dragged her to car before instructing guards to take Awa's house safely. He dragged her to basement, silent tears were dripping from Wen's eyes as she was in pain in every moment when he was trying to. Why are you doing this, Jungkook? Why don't you believe me? Have you ever done something to make me believe in you? He growls, and opening a door of basement, he pushed her inside. In pain, when her hand bruised and some more tears rolled down her eyes. I really didn't know him, she sobs out. Yeah, and that's why he gave you his jacket, and that must be the reason of your smile. Don't play with me, woman. Just let me know he was your boyfriend and you're cheating on me with him. When face paled, and she wasn't able to hold back her tears anymore. He was just a stranger Jungkook who saw me shivering in cold and offered me his jacket as a humble and polite gesture. Is it that hard to understand for you? You're so good in lying and even more good in pretending when, though you're making me more disgusted of you with every passing day. No, I would never believe in you. Now stay in this cold basement with ghosts and rats and you will get your punishment. All colors from her face vanished away listening him. She didn't think earlier that could be possibly the reason why he's taking her in the basement. He closed the door and left her all alone as she screams cautiously looking around as if any monster will come out of dark and attack on her. I'm scared of dark, Jungkook, she hiccups with sobs. Please don't do this, Jungkook, sobs. Please take me out of here, I will. To be continued.